Hello everyone, I am PyroFalkon and this is Hardspace Shipbreaker. This is also another late night stream, and there's going to probably be more late night streams in the future. Hey, we've got the Javelin heavy cargo ship. Excellent. And in the last episode, Lou confessed to us how lonely she is, being here out on shipbreaking duty. It is a very lonely job, but hopefully we can start working off some of that $1.131 billion debt and get out of here as soon as possible. So yes, there are probably going to be more late night streams in the future with the cool mood lighting behind me because the Akamura has changed her work shift and I have decided to go to late night hours to compensate. Yes, more of those please. So, we may be doing more late night streams or episodes, which means more mood lighting, which I like. If I'm going to do face cam, I want to do it right, and that means having more mood lighting in the back. Ooh, the video's a little chunky today. I don't know what's going on. It's been a hot minute since I've recorded anything, so maybe there's just some weirdness happening, and maybe that won't look so bad when it's done, hopefully. I guess we'll see. Alright, so our next job should be another pretty big ship. I'm going to go for maximum MP, because that gets us experience points. That is experience points. And that's how you get through the game. You need to get up your levels. So, that one's going to be beefy. Oh yeah, that one's going to be the beefiest. Alright, so we will do the Javelin heavy cargo. Time to begin some salvage, and right off the bat, I'm going to turn on the scanner so the game can freak out for a second and recalibrate itself here. So we do this. Oh, it survived. It didn't hang.
I was told early in my career, you can patch a mistake, but the mistake's still there, just covered up. The only way to truly fix a mistake is to not allow it to happen in the first place. I hope you're taking that in. You can't truly fix a mistake, so let's just avoid them to begin with. Okay? No mistakes. Go get them, kids.
I mean, that sounds nice, but it's also unrealistic. Okay, so see, that's Hal's whole thing. He thinks he's being a good manager, but what's really going on is he's kind of shit at it, and he doesn't quite know why, or he doesn't care enough to know why. He thinks he's being inspiring, he's just being a douche. And that's okay, I guess, for him. We'll deal with him. So yeah, if you're watching this live, or rather on release day, this is around the time when I was doing Monster Rancher Evo, and there was a question which series I would do, and this series, Hardspace Shipbreaker, surprisingly has more views. And given that I don't really care which series I was doing, I was gonna chase the numbers for today. Very strange that this series has more views, but here we are. Please be not broken, thank you. Boop. So that should depressurize everything except the airlocks. So let's get the airlocks depressurized before I start mucking about. This seems more sensitive than before. I don't think there was another patch. I think it's just been so long since I've played Hardspace Shipbreaker that I need to get back into the swing of things. I also need a new controller. The controller I was using before this has unfortunately started dying on me. The left stick cannot... It can't recognize when the left stick is pushed fully forward, which is a problem in a 3D game when you have to press up on the left stick in order to move forward. It's a bit of a problem, but I got a cheap-ass controller. I got what I paid for. It did the job I needed it to do. But now it is time to get a replacement. So, speaking of work, like I said, the Akamura has recently changed her work shift, and that brought about a little bit of scariness, but it's all good. If there's one thing I could improve about myself, it would be my... I wish I could handle changes a little bit better than I do, because unfortunately, I am the type of person who gets a little too set in their ways, and that is a problem when life starts changing, because my brain would be happiest if life never changed, and that's kind of shit, because you don't grow that way. That's also asking a lot too much from a world that sucks, so... You know, it is what it is, but luckily, I am improving on that. And, it seems when I focus and stop panicking, I start doing better. It's always good to be the type who, you know, is good in a crisis and is able to adapt to changing situations. The Akamura is very, very good at that. I envy her ability to adapt. And in some things, like in the moment, if it's an emergency, I can adapt. One time I got mugged on my way to work, and I easily handled that situation. That I can handle. I can handle getting mugged. What I can't handle is when I move or change jobs, that kind of thing. That shit's scary. I mean, I stayed at Walmart. Wow, and I also need to get used to the controls again. Anyway, I stayed at Walmart for much, much longer than was healthy, just because I didn't want to risk the gamble of changing, even though the place was unhealthy for me. But here we are, and I hope I'm doing better about that. It's the whole thing with life. You just continue to grow and get better. And that's all people can ask of you, hopefully. That nearly hit me in the face. When did I chop the whole thing off? These are all in pieces? Since when? Did they have another update that I'm unaware of? Once again, I didn't look at the patch notes if I did, so... that's still attached somewhere. There we go. Wow, that isn't different. See, that didn't used to be. That did not used to be in different pieces. This arrow bridge used to be a single piece once you cut it. And now it is in many pieces. I mean, I guess that's for the best. It's going to cost me more in tethers, but it's going to be easier to move as a result. See, that one isn't in multiple pieces. What the hell? Whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is get the reactor out, which means flushing the thrusters first and then dealing with an exit strategy. And then... getting the environmental control unit out of there. So, we go here. We flush the thrusters, like so. And now, hopefully, I can figure out a way to get out of here without dying. Not dying is obviously the ultimate goal, in addition to making money. So, for anyone watching this, have I influenced any sales of this game toward you? I love this game, and I want more people to enjoy it. I'm also curious, for those of you who have, like, OCD or any of those things, if this kind of game is up your alley, or if it would cause you to stress out. I ask that because I found it fascinating when I played Unpacked. Unpacking? Unpacked? Whichever the game is where you're moving. And the developers of that game, who have nothing to do with Hardspace Shipbreaker, by the way, did an AMA on Reddit. And apparently someone messaged them that they highly respected the game. However, they had OCD, like actual medical OCD, And for them, the idea of trying to unpack boxes and put them where they needed to go or whatever was going to cause them way too much stress and anxiety. Which I found interesting. I'm like, wouldn't that cause you less anxiety? Because you'd be in control of it. But, you know, I'm not them, so who knows? Oh, this whole thing started coming apart. I mean, that's good. Can I... So it makes me curious if, and even the developer themselves said something to the effect of, like, that was the first time they heard of that usually people who have OCD or whatever actually find unpacking calming because they are in control. And they can put stuff wherever they want to put stuff. And that's interesting to me. Like, you know, just that difference. And I saw in the comments, like, Ledge, fan and friend and mod of the channel, mentioned that he does the ships in this game differently than I do, where he basically cuts the ship in half and then is able to kind of divide the labor of each part, whereas my strategy is to peel the ship like an onion and work from the outside in. And both strategies work. They're both valid. The game doesn't give a shit. As long as you get the job done, and get the job done well, that's all the game cares about. But that, you know, that makes me curious how those differences... Oh, God, oxygen. Go, me, go. I was not paying attention, and I have the volume low. But yeah, different approaches work in this game, and yeah, the game doesn't care. That's why I love games where... I love these kinds of simulators. I love blue-collar simulators for that reason. There's a new one that's just come out that I want to get called Food Truck Simulator, which is exactly what it sounds like, and it looks disgusting in a good way. Like, you're just in a food truck, and you go around the town making orders and selling your food and hoping that people buy it. The reviews have not been kind to that game so far, and the reviews have been bad enough that it's made me a little wary, but part of me wants to try it, and I think I would enjoy that one as well. But that game also, it just, like, any of these blue-collar sims are at their best when they don't fully grab you on how to play. Like, you need to do your job. In this case, it's shipbreaking. In that case, it's having a food truck. But then it's like, what do you do with that food truck? Like, do you serve healthy food? Or, you know, the equivalent of healthy food? Or, you know, do you just go with cheap shit to maximize your profit margin? Or, you know, what do you do? And I love games that allow you the freedom to kind of tackle the job however you want. One game that I've wanted to play before that actually does do me a little badly is House Flipper. I have it. Akamura loves it. And it's on Game Pass. House Flipper is on Game Pass. The reason I don't like it, generally, is because I feel like if I'm going to spend 2 hours with a house just to sell it, I don't get to see the fruits of my labor unless I take a picture in-game of what the house looked like or whatever. And I kind of don't like that. I like being able to enjoy the fruits of my labor. With PC Builder, for example, that doesn't take as long per project. And you can always make another PC that looks like the one that you built and keep it. So, I don't know. But one of these days I need to try House Flipper again. Probably not for the show. Unless y'all really want to see that, but... Hardspace Shipbreaker is, like, my favorite, and I don't need to replace my favorite. Anyway, so, I mean, we all play these games for different reasons, right? And for me, I want to see the results of my work. It's strange with Hardspace Shipbreaker because I still see the results of my work, but from the opposite end. Like, my work is done when there is nothing left. which is kind of strange. Like, it's inverse to House Flipper, where... Come on, baby. I know you're heavy. Come on. It's inverse to House Flipper, where you're done when it's all nice and pretty and put together. But also, I have a terrible eye for aesthetics, so I'm kind of working at a disadvantage with House Flipper on that one. If you watch my my highlight reel of one time when I streamed House Flipper, you will see I do have my own style, which is to put a K-bar knife in every room. You know, for fun. Children need toys. Where else are you going to learn how to use a K-bar? Anyway, it's fine. I'm a good parent. But yeah. So, but this game also just speaks to me in a kind of a blue-collar kind of mentality as well, just because, you know, like I've said, these are my people, man. I mean, I don't consider myself that, per se. Like, some people use this blue-collar kind of idealism as part of their identity, which there's nothing wrong with, but that's not me. Like, I'm not farmer boy or hardworking calluses on the fingers boy. Like, I'm a city boy. I would prefer to sit in an office and just type, which is why I'm a Let's Player, and I'm not a shipbreaker in real life. But that said, you know, if I'm doing a job, I want to do that job to the best of my ability. And it looks like time's running out on the day. I'm just going to cut that last thing. We just relax. Easy peasy, baby. $8 million from that. $8.5 million from that. Won't have a day like that again, since that was mainly that reactor, but that's really helpful.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have one incoming transmission waiting.
Or we're going to answer the intercom before the ads. I apologize for that. Let's see who's calling.
Hey, are you all around? Seriously, what is with this guy? I honestly can't tell if he's a sociopath or just incompetent.
He's like extremely intimidating.
Should we reach out for some support?
What kind of support you thinking?
Like technical support?
No, Kai, the union.
I get why you think you want that, kid, but you don't. Trust me.
You're talking about bringing the union stuff here?
Let me handle it, folks. Please.
Weaver, no disrespect, but this is becoming bigger than just our crew. The union might help us report this as an official complaint. Maybe mediate a discussion.
Wait. I'm gonna take care of y'all. Same as I always have, okay? Just go on and get them 40 wings, alright? I'll take care.
Pros and cons, baby. Alright, now we're going to have some ads if you're not on premium. Be right back. And now we're back. See how easy that was? Okay, so Lou, Hello, baby. Lou, as ideal as she is, does not realize that once you start mucking about with unions, the company is going to make shit real hard on you. So sometimes that's worth it to take, but sometimes it is not. And Weaver is firmly on the side of it is not worth it. So we'll see. Let's see. Let's get the range on the grapple. Okay. I luckily never had to worry about union stuff when I was in Walmart. Walmart is famously anti-union. Like they have a
Hey, Deedee. I always meant to ask. Did you like living in New Manila? Is it like similar to living on Earth?
Guess so.
How about the weather? Or, like, I guess it's artificial mostly, right? You know, I miss sunsets, like on Earth.
Read the room, Kai.
Yeah. Kaito, maybe, lay it off, eh?
Yeah. Sorry, Deedee.
It's alright, kiddo. Not much of a talker over here.
Maybe one day with a few beers, eh?
I would wager that Ledge is the Deedee of the group. And I highly respect that. In a way, I wish I was more Deedee than the way I am. But I am also a talkative person, so I will blather incessantly, which is why I have a YouTube channel. Anyway, one of the nice things about when I worked at Walmart is I was not having to deal with any of the union stuff. For better or worse, you know, I mentioned in another episode, there are pros and cons to unions, and I'm not going to take a public stance on all unions, because that's just silly. Especially because I haven't done research on, like, all unions everywhere all the time. I know how I would have voted had it been an option at Walmart, but that is neither here nor there, and my specific Walmart is a whole different place now that a certain person has been released from their contract. So, but my point is, I'm glad I didn't have to worry about that shit, because companies do not like unions, and once talks of unions happen, things can get very rough for people who are working there. Amazon's gone through it in a couple locations. Starbucks has gone through it in a couple locations. And you always have to ask yourself, is it worth it? And again, this is not me taking a side, because this is not the place for it. However, my whole point is that Lou, within the fiction of the game, I don't think knows how bad it can get, so she's gonna have to be a little cautious, but here we are. Okay. But I'm sure I'm not spoiling anything here. There does wind up being two endings of the game, and it's based basically on whether you are supporting or not supporting the union, essentially. And I already know which way I'm going to go with this ending if we get there. I want to beat the game for y'all. It's such a good game. Oh god, not the whole thing. Oh, I screwed this up a little bit. Okay, we're gonna have to cut out. Which is fine, I just need to make sure I don't cut out into a weird spot. Okay, so we cut... Delicate work, we cut here. I'm gonna destroy this light, probably. That doesn't matter, because I was gonna destroy it anyway. Cut here. Oh, good. Okay, the whole thing's loose now. Okay, so this whole thing goes to the furnace.
Material accepted.
Okay, and now we can pull this thing out. The ECU, the Environmental Control Unit. Huck that into the barge. I'm gonna wait until it's out of my way. Alright. So now we've got some grabbing and hucking. So grab it and huck it.
Applying credit.
Ooh. So the door control panels don't show up on the object scanner. I don't think I realized that before. Oh, they show up on the object scanner, but not the system scanner. Interesting. Okay. Grab it. And huck it. Grab it. Huck it. And it looks like that's it. There's the 3 coolant tanks. I can... Oh no, there was one I missed. How did I miss you? Come here. Grab it and huck it. Okay, so now... I don't think I really need the coolant tanks. Because for Beulah, you only need, like, a few. Yeah, I'll go get some fuel and I go get some oxygen. Okay. Alright, so now most of the back end of the ship is taken care of. We've just got to chop off the rest. And then I can send the whole thing that remains into the furnace. So I just need to be wary of that fuel canister over there. Is that all of them? Yes, that is all of them, because the whole thing is less than 5,000 kilograms now. Okay, we just huck that into the furnace, and that's taken care of. So while that's going, I'm going to go grab oxygen, fuel, and even some more tethers, even though I've got 14 left. I am so much more aggressive with my money now. You know, I'd mentioned before, I know what happens, so it's okay to spend a lot of money. Even though those costs seem high, you will make it up very quickly. And it's better to just make sure you have good tools than to try to squeak around. Because, you know that phrase, time is money? This is, you know, part of it. You could carefully work around, like, making sure every single tether is used and that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, you're going to wind up using... Alright, I'm going to do a dangerous maneuver here. Oh, God. That could have gone very poorly. Okay, we're good. Anyway, I would rather just get all the tools I need in one shot, and then I don't have to worry about going back and forth. Trying to get everything multiple times. Okay, so we're just gonna get this out of here. I'm doing something I don't usually do. I don't usually cut the fuel canister out like this. I just decided to try something different this time. We'll see if this bites me in the ass. It's moving. Whole thing goes to the barge. Yeah, see, I think that was a lot easier of a tactic than trying to use the demo charges to break it out that way. Alright, so now we'll do the nacelles. See, the reason you want to use the spot cutter, like I'm doing now, is for accuracy, but this is the cutter you use for speed. I'm kind of being dumb about it. Let's switch back to that. The spot cutter isn't bad, but it's definitely slower than just trying to get some stuff out of there. You know, trying to quickly carve out a path of things you need to move. But a Pyro pro tip, in case you ever play this game yourself, when you're using the line cutter, look at the line. The line tells you how far the cut will extend. So, like, if I shoot it here, it's only going to hit this yellow. Because there's no... I can't get it to hit both unless I take a weird angle, which is possible. Yeah, there we go. So from this angle, it'll hit both yellows. So then if I do that, I cut them both in one shot. So if you're very fast, it's possible to use the line cutter to quickly chop the ship down into multiple pieces. However, I don't have the faith in myself usually to do those maneuvers. Although I guess I do now. Like, I wasn't really that tough. If I was on one life, I probably would never attempt that, but... I mean, you know, how much time are you actually saving by doing that is always the question. And time is money. Alright, so this can go into the barge. Is that all of the nacelles? No. I thought I left one somewhere. 5 minutes remain. No problem. Get that out of there. The real problem with the line cutter is if you're using it and there's fuel in the fuel pipes or whatever, because that is going to quickly lead to a problem if you're not careful. That's why when you play Iron Man mode, the game even advises you, like, measure twice, cut once. That is exactly why it advises you to do that. And had I measured twice, I might not have, as one of my new favorite commenters said in the one episode, had I measured twice and cut once, I would not have hit the windshield at terminal velocity, and would not have been dinged for an extra amount of money for my spare that I had to use from the company. Alright, so that's done with that. The pipes are going to be heavy. So the question is, can I free the pipes without having to... yeah, that thing's heavy too. See, this is just awkward, man. I need to pull this. I need to pull this fuel canister. Somewhat. Because I'm going to tether it, but I don't know if it's going to catch on anything. Oh, no. That... Well, wait a minute. Yeah, see, that is what I did not want to have happen. Oh, no, it got through. Okay, good. So that's the last thing that even has fuel, so all these pipes are empty. So if I can get these out of here... God, that means I've basically gotten the rings out of the way. Oh, that's fantastic. Without having to use my demo charges.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Can I... Yeah. This also, using the line cutter like this, also kind of lowers the amount of money you're going to be getting. But it does make the job faster. Alright, can I send this entire thing to the processor? Or is that going to be too much? Some of that should go to the furnace, but I don't think it'll be enough for it to justify how much time I'm saving here. And the pipes, unfortunately, I'm going to have to tether individually. But that tactic did save me a ton of time, because usually it used to take me multiple shifts just to do what I just did. I'm watching the red text there. Yeah, I didn't lose that much. That was quite a bit of money. Alright, so that's great. So next, let's start working on these. Cargo containers. Searching my brain, man. Sometimes it's a struggle to search my brain for words. Okay. Moving on. Come over here. Kaboom. Boom. There we go. I gotta say, no matter what job you're in who's watching me, or school, I hope your work is good as well. Part of the reason I love this game so much is it reminds me of being in Walmart, which was, you know, I've said it before, it wasn't a good job, but it did give me insight to the way the human mind works and also the way some businesses work. But anyway, I can talk more about that in just a hot second. Let me make sure there's no intercom again. which will have to necessitate some sort of wacky cut. Ah, there is an intercom. Haha, I knew it.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have 1 incoming transmission waiting.
Talk to me while I grab a vanilla Coke. Hashtag not sponsored.
Rook, what's cracking?
Hi, Lou.
You hitting your salvage quotas and actualizing your potential?
I have never felt more actualized.
I know I'm snarky about the corporate stuff. Can't help it, really. I think I'm missing the gene that makes folks just accept things when they could be better. I know the fight isn't for everyone, but I grew up with it. I spent more time shaking off station security than playing with friends. Maybe it's naive to think the world should be better, but I don't mind. I'd rather be hopeful than jaded. Oh, Weaver's buzzing me. Catch you later, Rook. Lou out.
I'm with you, Lou. I don't think I've got the mental fortitude to do that, to always fight, even when things look hopeless, but...
Hello, Shipbreaker. Overnight genetic backup complete. Pattern deviation nominal. Have a good day.
Your mom's nominal. We'll be right back after these ads. Hi. Alright, we're gonna wake up now. 5.5 million, not bad. Salvage 12 on the side. I don't care about the stickers. Okay. Oh, I never looked at Shippy. How's Shippy doing? I need to see if Shippy needs anything, or what Shippy needs. Charged push force. Sure. No, I'm going to save up for the tether. Tethers, 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 tethers. Tethers are what you need at all times. Do tethers. Alright, let's see what Shippy needs. Shippy needs a circuit, which are found in computer arrays. Okay. I'm still not really concerned about it yet. I'm not concerned about Shippy or getting my ships, getting Beulah fixed until later on when it matters. So, right now we don't have to worry about it.
All right.
Oh, God.
From Exeter Paulson's memoir. Man's only true skill is innovation. If one cannot innovate, one must move aside for those who can. So true. So true. Even you guys out there, in your day-to-day, how are you innovating? How are you changing the face of salvaging? Or do you need to move aside? Think about it.
Thinking about moving aside your head from your neck, Hal, is what I'm thinking about. It's such bullshit. And that's clearly being read off a script. I mean, within the context of the universe, the voice actor is doing a great job because he's voice acting Hal to be reading off a script. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. The voice acting in this game is extremely, extremely good. But anyway, that's not how you innovate, and bad managers do not understand the difference between... Or did I say innovate? I meant inspire. Bad managers don't know the difference between inspiring, like, true inspiration, or reading a how to inspire, which is not going to work. Okay, this ship is almost entirely pressurized, so we're going to have a little bit of work ahead to try to get it depressurized. Let me send this ladder into friggin' orbit. And then we'll get to work here. Where's the... Oh, there it is. Jeez. Okay. So, our first task is to look for any atmosphere regulators that are not broken. Damn it. Okay, the cockpit is depressurized, so we're going to keep it depressurized. Okay, that's an airlock. Let's do that. This is where having that oxygen charger is really helpful, because I'm not losing any oxygen right now. Let's collect these loose parts.
That part is perfect for the armadillo. Check check out the diagnostic program in your hab to install it.
Will do, Lou. Thank you. Okay, that airlock will exit out. Oh, atmosphere regulator. Boop.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Okay, so I can depressurize the airlock.
Airlock depressurizing.
Good thing I knew that was there, because these boxes in the way would not have been good for that. Okay, so now we're going to go back out of the ship. Because right now, the priority is depressurizing the ship before taking it apart. And we're going to have to do at least one explosive decompression because that one regulator is broken. So shit's gonna get bad for a minute, and we're gonna have to try to do this safely. Okay, compartment there. This whole thing is pressurized. The cockpit is unpressurized, so that's good. The hardest part here is the compartments are pressurized. That is a big, big problem. And it does not look like I'm going to have any other way to do this. So, the way we're going to have to do it is we're going to have to seal everything off. Yep. We're going to have to seal everything off in the room I'm currently in. Then we're going to have to go into the cockpit and then cut a hole and depressurize it that way. And that is going to suck. So we're going to do this. And then this. And the atmosphere regulator always takes a lot of damage. So actually what I should have done, what I'm going to do, is we're going to get this out of here first. You never want the atmosphere regulators bouncing around, because if these hit you in the head, you're probably going to die. So we're just going to put that in there and seal this off. We'll get it later.
Airlock depressurizing.
Okay, this door is forced open. Okay, so we go in here.
Airlock depressurizing.
Okay. So what's going to happen is I'm just going to shoot that door, which will immediately and violently decompress everything. Oh, there's this thing. Shit. Okay, let's take this with us too. We need to seal this off. Again, you always want the atmosphere regulators to be controlled. You do not want these flying around and hitting you in the head. You must control these. They're also extremely valuable, so you don't want them breaking either. Man, my nose is so itchy. All this prep work because I want to do this properly. I still wonder if it would be just more efficient to say fuck it YOLO and just fucking blast this place open and be done with it, but alright, if I've done this properly, as soon as I cut a hole in this door, everything on that side of the ship is going to depressurize, but it's going to come in here, and I should be safe. Because there's no holes yet that lead out into space in this cockpit. So we're going to grab the cutter. We're going to hold on. And then we're going to cut a hole. Good luck, me. Okay. Success! Collect the wire, collect that. And now, yes, the entire ship is now depressurized. Ah, planning. Planning goes a million miles in this game. Measure twice, cut once, baby. Alright, we're gonna grab this. I'm gonna bust this out. Okay. This also goes to the processor. Haboosh. And then, what else are we doing here? Oh, I need to... Oh, that's fine. Okay, so there's going to be a grabbing and hucking situation. So grab it. And huck it. Grab it. Huck it. Grab it. Huck it. Whoops. Grab it. Huck it. Grab it. Huck it. Grab it. Huck it. And I should have enough oxygen that I don't think I'm going to need to get another batch. I mean, if I do, who cares? It's not going to cost that much, but... Okay, and then let's position ourselves so we can hit both those yellow cut points at the same time. Boosh. Okay, is this separate? Yes, it is, so we're just going to tether the whole damn thing into the processor. And then we're going to tether this whole damn thing into the furnace once I get it moving a little bit. There we go. Okay. Don't have a tremendous amount of time left. We still have 5 minutes, so I can quickly get a few other things accomplished here. So we'll get the antenna out of here.
Got about 5 minutes left in this ship, Cutter. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Weaver out.
Oh. I missed some pipes up here.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Okay. So then we need to cut a hole in the floor, and I see how this one panel here is a different color? That means it's going to be easier to get out. It's just an aluminum panel rather than the usual nanocarbon panels, which means my cutter can get through it. So we're just going to cut into that, because then I'll have a hole in the floor. I'm okay, apparently. Oh, it's still attached for some reason. Those cut points, probably. Yeah. That's okay. I'll go in and get that done. Because if the sooner I can get this going, like, if we can get a hole in the bottom of the ship, then we've got a position where we can grab and huck, you know? I cannot see. What else is... Oh, this thing? No. What else is holding you there? Well, we'll just do another cut then. Whoosh. It's still attached? I guess it's just attached to the frame of the thing. Oh, that's a problem. I mean, I could use an explosive charge to get that out of there, but why? Probably not the most useful thing I could do. Let's just leave it, I guess. So getting this out of here will be good, because then I'll have an easy way to get into the ship. Into the guts of the ship. Peeling like an onion, baby. And I hope I can get this done in one more shift, but I think it might take 1.5. And so I'm trying to move this along, because I don't want to I don't want every ship to take me frickin' 5 shifts to get through if I can help it. Oh, God, no. Stop, stop, stop. Don't get carried along. Okay. Alright, so we got that out of there. Alright, let me take a look at what's going on in the aft of the ship. Oh, I could chop this ship in half. I see. Oh, that's probably what Ledge means when he talks about chopping it into pieces. Yeah, because this is all cargo shit. Okay, you know what? No, I would rather peel it. Then I would have access to grabbing and hucking. So we need to get into the gut of the ship and start taking some of these rings out. So I need to figure out how to get in there. And it doesn't look like I can without cutting. So I'm going to have to cut a hole. And cut a hole. And then this thing is just going to have to stay there for a minute. We need to get this outer shell off of the ship, and then we can start doing a little bit more. This ship has, or this class of ship has a lot of layers to it, which is where my onion strategy is a little bit of a, not a time waster, but like it just takes a while. Oh my god, there's fuses here too. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, that's even a better reason to get the outer shell of the ship out of here. Okay. So what I should do is cut out this outer ring. Oh, that's going to be a pain in the ass because there's so many things around. Uh-oh. Well, that's fine. We're going to have to be a little bit more cautious than grab and huck, apparently. Unless I start blowing open holes with the demo charges. $3 million. Need to step it up a little bit. Back after this message, maybe. And we're back. $3 million that previous day, so we only got $2.5 million profit, given our debt. Not great, but a start. I shouldn't say a start. We've been working for a month at this point. Alright, well, what did I say I was going to upgrade? Oh, my tethers. So I need 81 license points. I have 53 license points. That's fine. It's worth saving up. The tethers are always worth saving up for. Only halfway done with the ship. It feels like we should be farther. But I think we're going to get pretty far in this one. Oh.
You're up here to help your family, right?
Yeah, for my fam. You can buy citizenship in Pacifica, but it costs a ton. Yeah, it's tough. There's 5 of us. My solo, Dad, Mom, little sis Marlena, and myself. Well, it should actually be 6. Lost my older sis Makoto a few years ago. She's the one who should be here. She applied, even got accepted, but then she got sick. Real sick. And yeah, non-citizens can't get care, so here I am.
Hi, I'm so sorry. I didn't know about your sister.
It's okay. You actually remind me a lot of her, Lou.
Aw, hi. I know it's tough, but we've got your back.
Thanks, Lou.
I legit was distracted by the conversation, which is why I started doing that, because there should be no reason to work front to back in this specific ship. But since I started, I may as well finish what I was doing here. So we'll send that to the processor. Make sure that didn't bonk me. And this goes to the barge.
Processor deposit accepted.
And there's a door piece here that can go to the processor, but it's not really worth all that much. Okay, well, that actually isn't so bad. It gets me a little bit more access into the ship. This is just all bad, man. If I can cut the bottom of the ship out, then I'll be in better shape. The problem is doing that. That is the downside to the onion strategy. Fuck it. I'm gonna use an explosive charge. So I'm going to have to be real cautious where I put this, because this can go horribly, horribly wrong if I put it in the wrong spot. So I'm going to put it here. We're going to put one on each side. So that should cut through the metal. And then if I did that right, I think that entire nanocarbon panel will come off. Fire in the hole. Okay. A table got destroyed. That's fine. A chair got destroyed. That's fine. So yes. So now I can cut this panel away.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
Okay. So let's go here. The music is playing like something's about to explode, so I'm getting a little nervous. And my character is breathing a little heavy, like something's about to explode, but nothing. There's no timer. So I don't know what's happening right now. There's that chair I exploded, so that's scrap. Okay, so we need to move... Even though that's scrap, I basically need to get all this stuff out of here. This computer terminal almost was destroyed. It only has a single hit point left. And then we move the table. Now I can finish the cut. And this should get this panel out of there and then basically give us a hole to work with. Yeah, there we go. Yep. Good. So now I can do grabbing and hucking because we've opened this hole that goes straight into the barge. So I'm gonna have to kind of maneuver in a way that lets me get over there. Oh god. That entire thing is one piece? Alright, we're gonna have to be a little cautious. So that table's the furnace. What else do I have that I can grab and huck? I guess this stuff. I keep bonking my head over... Oh, man. God, everything's just kind of in the way right now. Let's get the table's only $1,000, so I don't care if that goes to the wrong spot. I just need it out of my way. Like, it's big and red, and that is very distracting because it's in the wrong spot now. But, like, it's very in the way, and it's not worth that much. Okay, got that. Let's get the ladder. Ladder's not worth much either. I just wanted to move it. Okay. So then grab and huck. Grab and huck. Grab. Huck, did I just break that? I did break it. I bonked it into the wall, and that was enough to damage it enough to drop its last hit point. That sucks. I'm moving a little too quick. Part of that is being cognizant of the show. When I do this on my own, I am way, way more careful and slower. So it's partly because I don't particularly care for only doing one ship per episode, but even when I started the series, I had a feeling that's where we would wind up going. And here we are, as I feared, just because it becomes a bigger and bigger and bigger job. The game scales up. If I really didn't want to, I could just concentrate on the smaller ships and do 2 an episode, but then I think that would take longer because you get a lot more hit points. Oh god, what is happening? You get a lot more experience points doing the bigger ships. Oh, it's stuck because of that thing. Oh no. Can I gently bump you? Gently bump you? Oh no, that is wedged in there. Oh boy. Alright, let's get this table out of here first. And I guess while I'm out, let's go get some oxygen because I'm running low. I must keep leaning. I hope my audio's coming through clear. I mean, I'll know when I'm when I edit these episodes, but I feel myself continually leaning. Oh, and the entire ship has now changed angles and is in a weird way. That's going to be more of a problem than anything else. So that's fine. I'm just going to have to be careful. I wonder if it was the explosions that did it. I didn't notice when it happened. Okay, so what am I working with here? Atmosphere regulator. I think that's everything in this room, so to speak. Oh, except that. Can I get you down there now? Please? That's not good. Oh god. Oh god!
Helmet damage detected. Always use linked branded repair kits to avoid invalidating your warranty.
Pyro pro tip, if something is spinning violently out of control, don't reach out and grab it and expect anything good to happen to you. Alright, so that's gonna just be there until we get this panel out of the way or a side panel out of the way. I believe I've gotten everything I need that's powered, so I can shut down the power generator Deedee without any problems. I'm just making sure that everything is indeed shut down before I do that. Measure twice, cut once, baby. Oh, and there's a power cell. Oh, maybe I can take the thing out and it won't matter. Maybe everything will be powered anyway. Oh god. What a mess. I've really made a mess of this. Alright, well. Nothing for it other than to go. Okay, so where are the fuses? There's one. Red, 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 white. Red, 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 white. Okay, there's one. Oh, there's another one. Oh, the other two. Red, 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 white. Red, 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 white. Red, 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 white. Red, 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 white. Okay. So now we can safely extract the power generator. However, I don't really have a hole for it. Because, like, here it is, but I need to move something before I can get it out of here. So I'm... fuck. I should have just done this the way I usually do. Usually I cut the ass off the ship, and then I'm able to peel it like an onion, and then go in that way. And instead I tried to get too cute and cut a hole in the floor, and all that's doing is causing me problems. So let's chop... Let's get these airlocks out of here first. Oh god, this whole thing's gonna take way longer than I want it to. Alright, well, no sense complaining. Just gotta do the job. Boosh. There's 3. 4. I was looking at my camera output rather than looking at where I was shooting my laser. That is not very intelligent on my part. It's probably fine. Okay, come on, get in there, me. I wonder if your suit recovers all of its hit points overnight. I kind of hope it doesn't. Like, for the sake of the game, you should have to spend a patch kit in order to get your suit repaired. It shouldn't just magically heal overnight like your friggin' body. It's a suit. It's your equipment. It should not have those powers, but whatever. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Weaver. I didn't realize I was that low. I appreciate it. I have to tether that just because it's at a weird angle. Better to tether it than potentially damage it, so... and then this entire thing goes to the furnace, other than the legs, which go to the processor, and that's just never worth dealing with. And that ring goes to the processor. Okay. This entire thing can go to the barge. Never mind, it is still somehow attached. Where's it attached? Oh, there. Well, we'll just stop here. 2.7 million. I'm not being a very good shipbreaker today. More after these ads. And we're back. 2.7 million for a profit of 2.1 million. I plan to play this game with coffee because I think that is very fitting with the game. You grab a cup of coffee, you sit back, you get to work. But I helped a friend move today, and so by the time I got back home, coffee was sort of off the table, and I just wanted something that tasted sweeter. So I've got my Vanilla Coke hashtag not sponsored. Okay, so I can't do anything more with tethers until... Oh, the next level. Okay, so I'm just going to, again, not spend any license points until we get there. So, like I said, I hope my suit's broken. I don't think it will be. I think it's healed overnight, but... Yeah, it heals overnight. That's a little sad.
Hey there. It's just... The pressure is really getting to me. Feels like... When I was just a kid. You heard about the Kuril Islands? It's like hell there. We escaped when I was maybe 5. Crossing the ocean in those tiny boats was the scariest 2 weeks of my life. You have no idea. We got so close, we could see Pacifica. But this storm comes in, flips all of us over. I just remember sinking deeper and deeper, the water closing in all around me, and that's what this feels like. I guess that's why I'm such a screw-up. I'm not built to carry all this weight. Anyways, thanks for listening, Cutter.
Not every job is for every person. I mean, this job, YouTube, is not for everybody. It's always good to try, but, I mean, once you recognize a job isn't for you, only assholes will judge you for it. You know, I always go back to the fact I tried playing a guitar for a minute and spent all the money, did everything right, so to speak. I got an amp, because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. And I tried, and I realized, I don't want to get good at this. Because, you know, if I could use a Matrix brain injector and just magically suddenly become good at the guitar, sure. But this is why I've even told YouTubers, up-and-coming YouTubers who ask my views about the business, like, you have to love the process. You don't have to love everything about it. Like, I don't love dealing with copyright ID matches and all that shit. But you have to love the idea of sucking and getting better. And if you don't love the idea of sucking and getting better, then maybe the thing isn't for you. Now, in the context of this universe, I don't think Kai really has much of a choice, because it seems like he's only doing this job. You know, he talked about that he's doing it for his family and all that, and, like, yeah, he doesn't really have a choice in the matter. But that also means this job really isn't for him, and it's best for him to try to find something else to do with his life if he can. But I feel bad for Kai, because it's like... And it really, anyone else in that situation. There are people who were in Walmart who didn't want to be in Walmart, but they didn't have a choice. There's not anything else to really do in this town. Yeah, man, it's not always easy. It's not, and it's never easy to find what you're good at, because by definition, to find what you're good at, you have to try a bunch of shit that you're not good at first until you land on the thing you're good at. So that's always tough for people who don't like the process of even becoming a better person. And I get it. Like, I'm impatient. I don't want to spend all this time screwing up on YouTube until I find that one thing that's going to get me over the top. But, you know, I have the patience for it. Just not everybody does. Alright, what am I missing here? Something is still attached, and it's bothering me. Why are you still attached to anything at this point? Oh, you're attached to the wall. Yeah, you're attached here. I need to cut this away. I need to cut this away. This away. Like leaning my head as if that's gonna help me. Ooh, I didn't quite do what I wanted it to. There we go. And this away. There, did that work? Nope, still attached somehow. Alright, yeah, see, I'm just fucking this up because I changed the way I do it, and it's... Once I know something works, when I start experimenting, that's usually when there's a problem. Ugh, what a waste of time. Because what I'm doing now is how I usually approach this problem. I take these 4 beams out, and that usually frees up at least the wall to come apart, and then from there I can take everything else out and get the ship peeled. Yeah, so now this entire panel can come free. Yep. Okay, do you have a thing? You do not have a thing, so this entire... Whoops. This entire thing goes to the furnace. What's this? Do you go to the furnace? Yes, you do. What are you? You go to the furnace. Okay. Alright, so now, at least we've got a hole open. Let's me get this thing out of here. This fuel pipe. Jesus. I lean my head. I don't know what that is a sign of, man. If it's just immersion or whatever. Because I was never the type of gamer who, like, played Mario Kart and leaned into my turns as if I was actually in the cart. I was never like that, but here I am leaning away from things in frickin' Hardspace Shipbreaker, and I don't know why. Alright, oh shit, I missed. What are you still attached to? Is it here? Are you attached here? What are you attached to? Talk to me, inanimate object ship. Oh. Got it. This is, yeah, I've kind of made a mess here. Like, this isn't too bad of a mess. It's not like blowing a friggin' reactor or something, but... This is such an unnecessary waste of my time and the way I've made the structure. Okay, so... Okay, yeah, so that's the majority of it. So let's get that sent to the furnace. And that's the rest of it. Or part of it. Okay. That whole thing was really dumb. Because now, what I need to do is get these rings out of here. Is really the issue.
Warning. Processing object.
Low oxygen detected. Alright, let's start moving the ring off while I go buy some oxygen. Part of me wishes that was louder, like the warning, but it's probably loud enough. I just don't play with headphones or anything like that. Okay, so we've got the ring moving. So we can get that to the processor. And then it's got something in it. Alright, this goes to the furnace. Yeah, see, this is just a mess. Ideally, I would have cut the ship in half. And then I would have been able to snake the ring out. So... Because if there's nothing left in this half of the ship, I could pull it out into the furnace and then pull the rest of this into the processor. But I don't know if I can do that with the way I've got it now. That'll be worth quite a bit of cash.
How you use them is entirely up to you. Weaver out.
Thank you, Weaver. I'm scooting my boots, I promise. I'm just trying to figure out what I need to do here. Yeah. Alright, it might... Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. This is gonna get stupid. I'm gonna cut that. We're going to cut this. And then I think what that's going to do No, it did not. Okay. What is still attached? So confused. What are you attached to? Because you're 30,000 kilograms. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do is cut away the back panel of the ship so I can send the whole thing into the furnace, but something is still holding onto it. So it's technically still attached, and that is not helping me at all. Oh my god, I have no idea what I've done wrong. Okay, what if we just get this ring out of here? I'm doing this the wrong way. This is how I usually do it. Once I get enough area cleared, I'm able to pull the rings off and then send the rings into the processor. And then so the ring is out of my way. And now I can worry about getting the ship cut in half. But I did something wrong in the process this time. I have to review the footage. I really mucked this up. I mean, it's nothing I can't overcome. It's just way less efficient than it could have been. And when I watch this back, I'm going to see exactly what the problem was, and then I'm going to be slightly annoyed at myself for 5 seconds. Okay. I mean, here? Yes, that's what it was. That beam was all it was. Because now I can send this entire back section into the furnace. And there's nothing else in there that I need to worry about. Okay, and then this thing I can finally pull out and send to the barge.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Okay. Yeah. See, I should have done this my usual way. Because then I wouldn't be having all these problems. Alright, so now... So... I mean, it's not too late to do the rest of it the usual way. Grab that. I almost shot it with my cutter. What is this?
1 minute till the yard goes dark, Cutter.
That is nothing. Okay. See, usually, after I depressurize the ship, my first act is to get the airlocks out of the way. Because that opens up a very clear entrance into the ship, and it's an exit if I need to grab anything and bin it. So... yeah. That was the way I should have done this. I didn't trust myself, man. I decided to experiment and do something wacky. And, paid for it. Alright. 7 seconds left. Do you have a panel? Yes, you do. Don't know if that counted. If it doesn't, it'll count the next day. 3.4 million, and there's 6.5 million left. Man, this might take me 2 more shifts. Which I was hoping it wouldn't, but here we are. Oh well. No sense complaining about it. We just square our shoulders and get back to work. After these messages. And we're back. It's a long episode, man. 3.4 million revenue. Just under 3 million profit. And we're still waiting for the next level up before I buy another skill. So let's roll. No time to waste. Let's keep this going. 2 more goals here, plus we'll get a repair kit. And I need fuel, but nothing else.
I'm not feeling great today, guys. I'll be honest. I'm looking at the reports, and this operation can do so much better. When I look at all of you, I see some very talented, hard-working, and extremely capable bodies. The problem is your minds. You're getting in your own way, tripping up on your individual wants and needs. Embody the company mind. Think of yourself as a physical extension of Lynx Corporation. That's how we'll succeed. Okay? Tomorrow, everyone take 5 before the start of the shift and really become part of the company, yeah? Rose out.
I would rather eat glass, Hal. Your opinion is noted, but I would rather eat glass. Okay, so... Is there something... No, that's what I sent down there. Okay. Alright, so we've got that open. So what I do, and what I'm going to do, because I'm fucking up otherwise, is we're just going to go in here. We're going to do this the way I usually do. We're going to cut the cut points. Peel the ship like an onion. And then get all this shit done. I want to try to get it done in 1 shift. I don't think I will. But it will not take more than 2. Just gotta really zone in. Concentrate on aiming. See, this is how to be efficient. I've cut more in the first 30 seconds of this shift than I have in the entire first 5 minutes of the previous one. Because this is the way I usually do it. But yeah, I love the implication there, too. In order to be a good manager, or a good, even leader of anything, including a community leader, you have to be willing to adapt to the person you're speaking to. That doesn't mean you pussyfoot too much. A job still needs to be done. And there have even been times, as a community leader myself, where I've had to... I don't want to say treat the mods harshly, because that is not my intent, nor what I tried to do. But there are times, there was a point, and I won't describe what it was or who was involved, but there was a point where there was a situation where I'm just like, your mods, do your jobs. This thing was unacceptable. We have to set a better standard. And I got apologies, as I should have. And those mods did do better, to their credit. But it was just like, it was one of the rare situations where I had to just be a little bit more direct than I usually have to be. You know, but with Hal, it's not that. Because he's not really encouraging us to do our best. He's encouraging us to be company people. And that is a whole different kettle of fish. Much, much dumber kettle of fish. Alright, can I cut... I'm not even paying attention, so this might turn out badly. Can't quite see. Hope that was in the right spot. See, now I'm being aggressive, and this is something you probably should not do, because I'm kind of blind cutting. I'm not cutting... I'm not measuring twice when I cut. I'm just approximating where I need to be. And that might get me in trouble, but that's doing this for the show. So this episode doesn't run into a freaking 2-hour length shindig. Is that it? One more, maybe? Okay, is this free now? Yes. Okay, so... Doesn't look like there's anything I have to worry about. Those two objects are the fuses, but we pulled those already. So I believe this entire thing can go to the furnace. Yes. Excellent. And then this entire thing can go to the processor. See, this is a good strategy if I cut the ship into pieces and then send the parts to their appropriate bins. But I did it very inefficiently in the last shift, which is why that took so long. Took way longer than it should have. Okay.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
See, and the problem is now I'm left with all these pieces. And that's where you have the most inefficiency. It's when you have to grab dozens or, God forbid, hundreds of pieces of the ship and put them in the proper bin. Usually, like if I make a complete mess of it, I find the game fun enough to play on. But if you're playing this yourself and you don't find it as fun as I do usually, excuse me, it could be worth just abandoning the ship and getting a different one. You are not penalized for abandoning a ship, which I actually think is a mistake. I think you should be penalized for abandoning a ship because that will give you more of an incentive to at least finish the job, you know? But this also isn't a real job, so I get it. Okay, so this goes to the processor. Whoops. And then I think that means all of these rings can go? Or this entire ring can go? You alright, Akamura? Okay. I'm concerned about you. You are my Akamura. I can't return you to the store and get a new Akamura. I didn't keep the receipt. What do you mean I can? Do they offer returns? I haven't found the salesman since I got you. That's true. That's true. Well, by that implication, I'd be trading you in for your sister, and that is all sorts of... Yeah, that's all sorts of not good. Like I said, though, I didn't keep the receipt, so... That's the bigger problem, I think. No. Anyway. This is why I need you mic'd up all the time. Alright, 5 minutes left. We've got enough time to finish this, I think. The hardest part is going to be getting all the stuff out of this one room here. Because this is easy. You can get that out of here. We'll send this one to the other one so they don't bump into each other. Oh, there's still another power. What's low? Oh god, oxygen. Damn it! I need help. I just saw it blinking low. I'm like, what's low? Tell me, game. Tell me. Oh my god, I should stream this sometime and just see how much the chat explodes into screaming the word oxygen. Alright, okay, this whole thing goes there. This whole thing goes there. Here. Okay, so now... Yeah, it's just going to be easier for me to cut this panel out and then start pulling things out that way.
We're looking at 5 minutes left.
Yeah, I know, Weaver. I'm going to wind up making a judgment call whether it's going to be worth finishing this up, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get everything in 5 minutes, but maybe. Let's not count my chickens before they've turned into nuggies, you know?
Salvage accepted. Credit
Oh, crap. Now I want chicken nuggies. Damn it, me. Damn it, brain. What was I watching today? There was like a bunch of food commercials that... Oh, it was Burger King. They've started this new pretzel burger, and I don't usually like pretzels, but it would be soaked in cheese, and that would be delicious. So... Shit, man. I don't have the money or the waistline for this. Or really, the problem is I do have the waistline for this. Oh, that's not what I wanted to grab. That was a giant waste of my fucking time. That was worth $1. Oh, 3,400, which is pretty much $1 in this game. Okay. Got this. Oh, that's all my salvage goals. Okay. No other objects. Oh shit, man, we can finish this off. Hell yeah. Alright, send this whole fucker into the furnace, because that was the last object. No, it wasn't. There's something else in here. What? Where? What? Where? There we go. Okay. And then anything else that I left?
Raw material accepted.
Are you going? Going in the furnace, buddy? Now you are, for sure. Could tether you, but nope, you got taken. Okay. There's a pickup over here. Something blue. What are you? Oh, it's a data drive. Where'd you go? There you are. Okay. And so all that's left are some miscellaneous pieces that are not worth picking up because of how long it would take me. And we've got all of our salvage goals, so we've done it. Let's call an early end to the shift, and then we can hear what that data drive was, and then call this an episode. So no reason to put an ad. 6 million in that batch, and only 100,000 left. That was definitely not worth sticking around for in the context of this game. I'm being squalled. I'm only 4 experience points away from leveling, so that's annoying, but we'll get that immediately when we start the next job. So, you know what? Leave the audience wanting more. We'll get that data drive decoded in the next episode, start with that, and then get back to work with a new ship. Thank you all very much for watching. Man, this is so much fun. I love doing this. This game is just the best. I will see you again tomorrow for another late night episode for me. Standard time episode for you. Bye.